Hi, I'm Joe, and I've been living in my motorhome for just over a month now, and I thought I'd just do a new video to catch up. In this video, I wanted to share some kind of good news on the job front, and also starting a new course, buying an e-bike, and how I'm feeling a week after the hypnotherapy. Plus, let's try another Diary of a CEO card, where I'll pick one. I have picked it because I needed to look up who it was, answer it, and if you want to also answer in the comments, that would be lovely. So welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, it's great to see you. Thank you very much for subscribing, liking, commenting, and also all the support that I've had. It's been really, really kind, really lovely. So thank you very much. But first, coffee. I've done a little clip. So here you go. Enjoy. So a few weeks ago, I think I mentioned it, I was applying for jobs within campsites for campsite wardens or assistant wardens, or somewhere where I could actually pitch up for the summer, hopefully not pay too much in the way of rent, and just have something settled for the summer, because I still haven't made the most plans on what I want to do, apart from living here in the van. Basically, I did quite a good CV. I thought it was good. I thought it was a one page, it kind of covered everything, but then I didn't really know. I think I put zero effort into the application letters. Basically, it was kind of, dear whoever, I'm applying for this job that I saw on this site. Please find to close my CV. Kind regards. And basically all of the jobs I applied for, I got nothing, no reply whatsoever. One just saying, we received your application and the closing date is blah, blah. So that wasn't too good. So I kind of thought I need to put more effort into this. I haven't applied for jobs in such a long time, because before doing the B&B, I worked through agencies and things and worked from home and did accountancy. So kind of all of the kind of work just kind of come to me. So that was just something I hadn't really done. So I thought, I've got to put some effort in. I spoke to Steve about it as well, and I think he made him laugh, thinking you just can't apply for jobs like this. That isn't good. So I put together a really good letter, I thought, with the help of Google Gemini, which I use a lot. I don't use other AI things because it's just on my phone. It's easier. So that's the one I use. I've got some long conversations going that I can keep going back to, and I find it really helpful. It's kind of, I know to an extent it might tell you what you want to hear, but I just find it helpful and very useful for kind of things like doing the application letters. So anyway, I applied for about 6 jobs last week. I think it was Thursday morning, so it's quite recently. I had 3 replies within a couple of hours saying, please, could we arrange interviews? So I said yes. I replied to all of them saying yes. 2 of the interviews were for the next morning, which was fine with me. But then the other person, once I replied, they called. And we had a really, really good long chat. I found out all about the site and also about the way they work, things like that, what they were expecting. It was quite a good in-depth talk. And then a lot of kind of talking about my experience, kind of running the B&B, managing guests, managing their expectations, and also managing feedback on reviews, things like that. And the good thing was, I think that played to my strengths was when Steve and I took over the B&B, its existing reputation was quite good, but not that great. It was at, for instance, 9.1 on booking.com. By the end of last year, it was at 9.9. And it's retaining that, thank goodness. And Steve is doing a really good job on his own. But I said, you've got to keep the reputation up because I'm using this on my CV. So the pressure's on. So, and also it's good for the business, isn't it? Anyway, we really hit it off, talked for quite some time. And basically we agreed on everything with customer service, with running things. Obviously there's going to be training. I haven't managed a campsite before, or not managed it. I won't be a manager there, but you know, I haven't done things in a campsite, but living in a van certainly helps me understand, you know, over the last month, and doing it on my own as well. I'm figuring things out kind of on my own. Steve actually arrived. He was going to take me shopping. He arrived while this phone call was happening. And so I said to the fella, I didn't cut the conversation short, but he was saying he offered me the job. And then he said, do you want to think about it? And I said, actually, I will. I'm very, very positive about it, but my ex has just turned up to take me shopping. So why don't I go and do that? And then I'll give you an email and a text to let you know. And basically I did that. I wrote to say, I'd love to accept it. It's a brilliant opportunity. Steve thought it was a great opportunity as well. The job is being a site warden. It's near Southampton, and it'll take me through to September of this year. It starts the 18th of May. But on talking to the new boss, he said, what are your plans at the moment? And I said, well, I'm checking out of this site on the 7th. And he said, well, why don't you just bring your van then and just stay, you know, because we've got a pitch here, stay, you can hook yourself up. And he said, actually, we're doing jobs around the campsite. So he said, if you want to come and lend a hand, obviously this bit wouldn't be paid, but I think I probably would, to kind of get to know them, but also to kind of repay a free pitch, you know, so it'll be quite good. So I've written the email, I've sent my ID, and kind of just agreed on the points we talked about. Sorry, my moustache is getting on my nerves. And then I text to say, just in case you're not checking your emails, I've written to say, yes, thank you very much, and left a very short text and left it at that. I haven't heard anything, but it's only a few days, isn't it? And it's Sunday now. So I think the impatient side of me kind of thought, come on, reply. But actually, there's probably no need to reply because I've done what I said I'd do. And so everything's agreed. What I thought I'd do is call tomorrow and just say, listen, for Thursday, do you want me to arrive for a certain time, or, you know, plan around it? So that's kind of going to be a little conversation to have. Sorry, I forgot to say that the job does give a pitch. Also includes electricity and water. Hopefully what this will do is allow me to save for the winter months. That's kind of my major concern. And also I'm looking forward to having a more of a purpose with kind of life. So, and also a lovely area to live in. So I'm very excited about that. And then I got to thinking, what could I do in the winter if you know, because winter's going to be long. So with this job possibly being split shifts, starting in the morning for a few hours and doing evening for a few hours, I thought I could actually do a course. So I've enrolled for the TEFL course, the Teach English as a Foreign Language course. So I've started on that. I've ordered some textbooks. So I got 10% into the course. It tells you the percentage. That's how I know I wasn't being anal and working it out. I actually worked it. It says at the top. But it recommended some textbooks. So I thought I'll order those. They arrive on Tuesday. And that's when I'll resume the course. There's 6 months to complete it. So there's no real rush. And although it's very, very interesting, although if you're listening to this, you'll speak English. But it's interesting to get into the more technical side of just knowing how to speak English. So that's interesting. And I'm really excited about that. I'm kind of dying to get on with it. And if I wasn't doing a video today, I'd be getting on with the course if I had the textbook. So I'm just waiting for that. So very exciting kind of stuff, hopefully coming up. With the job offer and also knowing my van will essentially be kind of parked up most of the time, it's not exactly practical to kind of take this out shopping if I don't need to. So I've been thinking about an e-bike for a while. I haven't ridden a bike in years. I've always claimed I don't know how to ride one, but I must have at some point, but I can't remember. So I've always thought I couldn't. But I saw some reviews on this e-bike. I've gone for a Hitway BK5. The reasoning behind that is more, it had some good reviews, but also it fits my budget. I can't afford the very expensive bikes, and I don't warrant an expensive bike. I need one that works and will work for me. So that got delivered the other day. It arrived really, really quickly. Steve brought it over. We put it together. It folds really nicely and does fit in the bathroom, which is a good place to put it. It's not at the moment. I think somewhere in the clips I've done, you might just peek it on the floor in the corner. Doesn't really take much room. But I thought with that, I looked at the place where I'm going to work, and there's a pub and a couple of supermarkets and various shops within about 2.5 miles. And also there's a lovely coastal kind of roads and stuff. And I thought this will get me out. It'll get me kind of out into the fresh air. It'll get me exercising, although it's an e-bike, so probably not as not so much exercising. But I thought it'll get me out. So I'm really excited about that. I wanted to ride it yesterday, but it poured down, typical bank holiday. And today it's pretty wet. And because it's brand new, I don't want to get it dirty straight away and wet. So I'm going to wait till it's dry, hopefully tomorrow. Take it out. There's a bridle path going up along the main road here. And I thought I'll ride it along there. There's kind of a garage with a local shop there. So I thought I'll pop in, it's something to do. So I'm really excited about that. And also I can kind of think while I'm working, I've got transport without actually having to take the van everywhere. So very, very exciting. And once it's a nicer day, and I actually unfold it again. I unfolded it yesterday, ready to ride, then it started pouring down. So put it away very quickly and dragged it into the van. So once the weather's nice, I'll unfold it and I'll show you all about it, take it for a ride and let you know what I think. Obviously, I'm a tiny YouTube channel, so there's no sponsorship or anything like that. I'll just tell you my honest opinion, and I'm hoping it's going to be a good one because we're £500 later, so I'm really hoping it'll be good. Sorry, the ums are coming back, aren't they? It's because I started wittering. I've actually written down things to talk about, and I'm not sticking to it. So, sorry. I'm just very, very excited about the whole thing. Right, on the hypnotherapy, the main thing I'll take away from it, I haven't driven since the hypnotherapy, and it was on Monday, I think, that I had it. But since then, or was it last week? I can't remember. But it was about a week ago. I felt incredibly positive, like more positive than I've felt in a long, long time. I'm trying to think that that's a result of that, because there's no other reason. Nothing really else has changed. It's just, I feel much calmer. I don't feel as, sometimes I was getting a bit kind of just a bit low at times. I try not to be kind of low and negative, but you know, it does happen. But I haven't really felt that. I've just felt positive about things and a lot more relaxed. Sometimes I've found that when I'm trying to relax, I can't. I'm fidgety. I'm up and down. I'm smoking cigarettes that I don't need to smoke because I can't kind of sit still. I've just found that I can. It's a bit like last night. I was watching a documentary on YouTube. I love things to do with UFOs and the paranormal. So I was watching an interesting documentary. It was about 2.5 hours. About halfway through, I stopped it. I sent a good night kind of message to Steve and asking how his day had been. And that was about 11 o'clock. The next thing I knew, I woke up at 7 o'clock this morning on the sofa just here. I didn't make it to bed. I slept right the way through, and I woke up and then my alarm went off. So I have my alarm set for 7 a.m. every day. Whether I get up at that time, it's kind of up to me, but I like to kind of have a set time for an alarm. So yeah, sleeping really well. I'd say that as well. The last few nights, I've just slept really well and felt really, really good. So I'm hoping and thinking that's a result of the hypnotherapy. Right, the last thing is the Diary of a CEO card. Obviously, I've looked up. I do pick the next one in the pack, but I do look up the person just in case I don't know who they are. I'm not an avid football follower, so this one I did have to look up. But the question is, can you describe what winning means to you? And that's by Jamie Carragher. And hopefully you'll be able to see. Oh, sorry, my fingers, fat old fingers are in the way. So that's that. I've had to think about it. And I think winning to me is, Jamie Carragher played football for Liverpool, and he's a TV commentator for football, I think, and sports. So that's who he is. I've been thinking about it. I think winning for me is being comfortable and having a purpose. I don't have any desire to be loaded, to be rich. I just want to have enough that I don't have to worry. I think winning for me is not worrying and just being able to do the things I want without stressing about it. Obviously big things, you know, you have to save up for. That's not the same type of stress. It's winning to me is not worrying about money, not worrying about where I work, not worrying about where I live. And also winning is the ability to travel. So this question kind of fitted into this this video quite well. So yes, I don't have a desire to do anything. I don't think more than what I've got at the moment. But definitely winning for me would be if this job turns out okay and I've got a plan for the summer and just feeling settled and comfortable. I think that's all I want. So that's it. That's the end of the catch up for today. Thank you so much for watching if you've made it this far. Thank you if you're subscribing. Thank you. I'm amazed that people have subscribed, and it's lovely. It's a lovely community. I love the comments. I love replying to the comments. And I'm just so happy with how this little channel is going and getting to know various people from it. So it is like having a bunch of friends. I've decided to position you over the table because it's kind of like talking across to a friend as well. So thank you so much. Thank you for watching, and take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Right. Oh, I've got my foot stuck. Let's get this camera turned off.